Hey y'all, what's up? It's TND and welcome to another episode of TND Won't Shut Up,
where we discuss and debate relationship topics from a healthy couple's perspective.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel for weekly discussions and share with a friend or two.
Or three.
Or four.
Or five.
Or six. Or seven.
So how you doing today, baby?
Surprisingly, I'm doing good considering I lost my phone last night, but hopefully it's delivered.
Yes.
But how are you, baby?
I'm good. Today's Sunday Fun Day, St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's, y'all. Happy Green Day.
Yeah, so once we get done with this, we'll be getting ready for our activities for the day.
So let's get this party started. What are we talking about today, baby?
All right, so today we'll be discussing Ready to Love, Season 9, Episode 10, Tommy's Getaway, Part 2.
Part 2, número dos.
Yep, so let's jump right to it.
All right, let's get it, baby. All right, so the episode starts with the cliffhanger. Remember, last week was a cliffhanger. It was LaRon, Alonzo, and William at the bottom. And to no surprise, William got sent home. So hit the road, Jack. And won't you come back no more, no? All right. But yeah, William's gone. He seemed like he was really surprised. He felt like he had really strong connections. But I'm not surprised that he was sent home. And I'm sure none of you were surprised either.
Right.
What surprised me the most was Patrice's tears. Patrice was crying. She was so emotional. She looked so sad and depressed about him leaving. And I kind of find it strange because I feel like if I had a connection with someone, it's not like this person is dead. They're just dismissed from the show, but I'm going to still continue my connection. My connection was that strong where I'm crying that you're gone. Like, I could still continue the connection.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could call you when you're gone. It's just a phone. You're just a phone call away. And I can continue to see you. So, I don't know. Nonetheless, Tommy gives an assignment basically saying the men are empowered this week and they're eliminating one of the ladies. And the assignment this week is
trust and vulnerability.
Trust and vulnerability.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add to that?
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
All right, let's go.
All right, so in the next scene, we had LaRon, Lonzo, and Chaz just kind of having a little, conversation about the post-William elimination. I guess everybody kind of feels like it's getting closer to the end, so they know they'll be on the chop. One of them will be on the chopping block here shortly. But what stood out to me is just Chaz being all dramatic and talking about, I thought I was going to be on the chopping block. It's like, first of all, you put yourself in this position. Secondly, stop being all dramatic, looking all sad, acting like this is the biggest thing you've ever dealt with in your life. Like, it's just really annoying to me because it's like you had control of the situation and you put yourself there and now you acting all sad
and you made it worse. You came here with 2 connections, then you're gonna add Mika and Patrice to your box, so now you have 4. And truth be told, your only true connections were Rashina and Vanessa. That was his real only 2 connections. He put 2 other ones on him and he know he ain't connecting with them like that.
Exactly.
And then Patrice just popped up yesterday.
If he was ready to love, he would have continued to build on that relationship with or that connection with Vanessa
or Rashina or both to see which one they should.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Yeah. So in the next scene, the camera pans over to Justin and friend zone Rashina. That's what we'll call her for now. Friend zone Rashina. So basically, she got friend zoned in that scene. He basically said that he has a stronger connection with Mika, and Rashina was like, I'm rooting for you. What did you think, babe?
No, I mean, I just...
You're the man.
She doesn't give off anything that would make me feel that she has any interest whatsoever. It's kind of why I didn't even know that she was really into Chaz the way she is until after the fact. So...
she doesn't even flirt.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no smiling. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, something about her demeanor makes her not attractive, not meaning that she's ugly in the face, but you're not attracted to her, right baby?
No, yeah, you're not. The man's not going to be drawn to you.
There you go, baby.
Yep.
So yeah, that's basically.
So nothing there.
Yeah, nothing there.
Yeah. All right, so Vanessa and Chaz are having a little one-on-one. And Vanessa is, trying to explain to Chaz how she's feeling about basically him not being intentional, firstly with her, but then also entertaining all these other women. And she's explaining how all the women are kind of confused because they don't know who he's really checking for. And to be quite honest with you, in that whole conversation, I actually didn't hear anything clear come out of Chaz's mouth.
Yeah.
It's like he was skirting the whole issue, not taking any accountability.
Exactly.
And then actually flipping it on Vanessa, talking about she's lacking emotional maturity. You know, it was ridiculous.
And
that
he's
conversation.
lacking self-control.
Yes, he is, absolutely. So again, he put himself in this situation.
Exactly.
Right? And rather than just kind of acknowledge the fact that, look, you know, I'm going through the process and I'm kind of giving everybody an opportunity, which is what he's allegedly doing, I don't think it's that. I think it's more like I don't want to risk losing anything, so I want to keep everything on the table. So bottom line is, I ain't buying nothing that he's saying. And let me just say this one thing.
Honey.
Vanessa was actually making some good points, but then it started to get a little bit pathetic, in my opinion. Right?
I agree, honey.
You know, if she's at a certain level in her, and if she is emotionally mature, then there comes a point where, look, I'm not seeing Chaz being intentional, so forget Chaz at this point.
Exactly.
And instead, she's like pleading with him to try to get him kind of, you know, more intentional with her.
Or trying to get answered. He show you his answers.
That's it.
You don't need verbal answers.
Yes.
He
And
showed
sometimes when you don't get an answer, that is your
an
answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't even think Chaz can be monogamous. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because he gets in the room with 4 totally different women. You got Vanessa, who's nothing like these women. You got Patrice, who's nothing like these women. You got Rashina, who's you know, nobody's similar. There's 4 different types of women, different body types, different looks. And he says he has a strong connection with every last one of them, and that he can see himself ending this process with each one of these ladies. Like, so what is your type, sir? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, yeah, Chaz gets on my last nerves, and yeah, I just don't like the man. And I said this from the very beginning. I don't like him. Something was fishy, and there it is, all coming out.
All right, if you're still listening at this point, please take a second to like and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to grow our channel. We got great content that's going to be coming out in the future, in addition to our Ready to Love commentary.
Yeah. All right, so in the next scene, the ladies are sitting outside. It's Maya and friend zone Rashina. They are sitting outside just having a conversation, and they said they just see Chaz storm past them and didn't say anything. And then,
like a little kid.
Yeah. Just stormed past them and didn't even say anything. And so all of a sudden, Vanessa shows up, and they're like, Vanessa, what's wrong with him? Vanessa's like, who? And they're like, Chaz. She's like, I don't know. I was just having a conversation with him, and I basically told him that we are all confused. All the ladies are confused. And, you know, everybody just started sharing their opinions and their thoughts about the situation. They're like, Chaz need to be a man and choose.
And be
or
intentional.
narrow down, be intentional, you know? And... yeah, basically everything we've been saying. He needs to be intentional. He needs to be hold himself accountable. He put himself in this situation. Now you storming off away from these ladies, but you put yourself talking about this is so hard. But you put yourself in this situation.
Exactly. And yeah. Vanessa, you know, she was outside kind of still questioning herself, you know, whether, you know, am I holding him to too high of a standard? Is he gas? It's like, no, you got your standards. You have your expectations. Stick by that.
Yeah.
There's nothing to question here.
Literally, in filming time, this is only 1 week left to the finale. Because they film every day. So the next episode you think is the next week is actually the next day.
Damn.
So this is less than a week less to the finale. He picked up another woman. You're telling Vanessa in the background she's your number 1 connection. When you get in front of her and in front of all the other ladies, you're showing her otherwise. So everybody's confused, you know? Right. I'm sure he told Rashina the same thing as well. Mm-hmm. Right? So, yeah. It's just, yeah. I don't like the man.
Yep. And I guess after that conversation, all the girls have kind of solidified what they're already feeling about Chaz.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So in the next scene, we have Mika and Justin, and I think they're in Mika's room on the bed, and Justin is feeling a little sick or whatever, under the weather. And, you know, Mika went into, you know, nurture mode. And, of course, she's been there, right? She has 2 kids, so I'm sure that's something that's not uncommon to her. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they were smiling at each other. They were touching one another. I mean, there seems to be somewhat of a genuine connection there.
I don't know if it's genuine, but
yeah.
There's a connection.
And even if it's not real or deep, it's something.
Something, yes.
Right? It's definitely something. And, you know, she was asking him if he's, you know, to come to the room later in the evening. So they're obviously at this point of vibing, and I don't think they're checking for anybody else. What she did say she likes about him, though, is his intentionality. She feels like he is being very direct, very intentional. And I think I have to agree, right? It's not like he's juggling other women.
Right,
I
and he
think
cut
he's
it off.
focused.
He cut it off with Rashina.
Yeah, he's basically doing what Chaz should have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the only connection that I see now. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with Patrice and Alonzo, but we'll get there.
Well, LeBron and Maya could, have something.
I don't know. None of that. Nothing seemed believable, to be honest. Justin and Mika seems. I don't know. They seem like they have a connection, but I don't know how long this is gonna last. Maybe a sexual fling or something like that. But long term, because Mika has 2 kids. Apparently, she has her tubes tied. I don't know if he really does not want kids. Maybe he really doesn't. But I felt like, the conversation he had with Maya basically said he wanted kids. So I don't really know what he wants. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. I don't know if they're a good match. Let's say that overall. But I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, we will see.
All right, so in the next scene, the singles are all sitting down. They're about to have a crawfish boil. And they actually look good, but I don't like crawfish. Do you like crawfish?
No, I do
Have
not.
you ever had it?
I have had it. I don't like it, but it does look good.
Hold on. Do you not like it? You don't like the process. So for me, I don't like the process of having to...
Anything that takes that much work for that little meat, I get annoyed with.
Okay, I agree. Now, have you tasted?
Yes.
Does it taste decent?
It's okay.
Yeah, it ain't all that.
Correct.
Yeah, it's too much work. So, yeah, nonetheless, so they all having their crawfish. Somebody says, who was that who said that? I think it was Maya who said, we got to save some for Patrice and...
Vanessa said we need to save some for Chaz.
Oh, yeah. That was Vanessa who said we need to save some for Chaz and
I don't know if
Patrice.
she said Patrice, but I definitely heard her say Chaz.
Oh, yeah, Vanessa said that. I don't know why she would even say that, to be honest. Exactly. Vanessa, it's just not a good look, to be honest. But nonetheless, camera pans over to Patrice. She says she got herself together to go downstairs, but then she hears that Chaz is going through some things, and she sees somebody else in pain, and she want to go help them. I'm like, girl, you are being Captain Save-A-Ho. If he wanted you, he would have texted you and told you to come to his room. But no, you want to go save the hoe who does not deserve to be saved.
Yep.
What's that song, baby? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Is there a song like that?
Yeah.
Okay, something like that. Anyways, and so she goes into Chaz's room. I don't even see her knock. She opened the door, and she walks in there, and all you hear, I'm hurting.
I'm tired,
and I just want to go home.
I need to be around people that love
me and understand me, aka enable me. I'm like, he acting like this is so hard and I'm hurting. I'm like, what?
That was so lame.
Lame as hell, because you did this to yourself. You did it to yourself because you don't know how to say no. I'm trying to further the connections that I already have. I don't want to add more to my plate. You don't know how to say no. Friend zone whoever you need to friend zone, just like Justin friend zone Rashina. Friend zone whoever you need to friend zone Patrice. You need to friend zone Mika, because Mika clearly don't like you. This should be an easy decision. Read the freaking room, sir. He could easily narrow this down.
Yeah.
Easily narrow this down. Instead of sending good morning text to 4 different ladies that's in the house. You're weird, sir. You're very weird. So he packed his bags and walked out.
Right. And then even as he's walking to the truck, he's like, I don't know, why these girls think I'm playing games.
You are.
What are they supposed to think? Yes.
Yeah, Chaz, you are the weakest link, okay? Hit the road, Chaz, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more.
Right. In the next scene, Patrice comes out after talking to Chaz.
Praying with him.
Yeah, she lets everyone know that, Chaz won't be joining, that, he's overwhelmed right now, and, he needed to exit the getaway, and, people thinking, what, is he exiting the process? Like, just, again, all dramatic, all right? And, Patrice, for whatever reason, sympathizing with him, kind of making excuses for him,
Yeah.
I think, and even Vanessa was like, what, is it still too late to talk to him? Like, what, was she going to go run up there too and talk to him after all he's been doing? This is what I'm not getting.
Yeah, who you going to chase Chaz? He's a coward for leaving. He's a coward.
I actually did kind of like what Rashina... Rashina's perspective, because she was kind of like, wait, you're just leaving, like, and Maya as well. Maya was like, it's not really a good look if when you're dealing with a situation you have to exit and leave. That's not how you handle stuff. But Rashina also thought somehow that she was a top connection, and Chaz would maybe come to her to converse about this issue before he would step out. I'm like, why would you think you're number one? He's been showing 4 people attention the whole time.
All right.
Right.
But
So,
you know, the thing about it is they don't see that he's showing 4 people attention.
Okay.
You get it? They only know what's going on with them unless
Yeah.
they all get together. Then you kind of see what's really going on, you know?
Exactly.
But I would say this, Rashina, I mean, if I was Chaz, the way I would have handled this would have been the mature way to handle it. If you feel like you need I'm not mad that he felt like he needed space. I'm not mad that he felt like he needed time. I'm not mad about any of that. And I'm not even mad that you left. What you should have done to handle it right is text the lady, say, hey ladies, it has nothing to do with you. I'm leaving just to get a breather, to get my mind together, you know, and I'll reach back out, you know, something. But he disappears. All these women are supposed to be his top connection. He didn't reach out to none of his top connections to say anything, you know?
Yeah.
So, like I said, he's weak. He's a coward. Anything else we need to add to this conversation?
That is all.
So in the next scene, LaRon decides to say, let's get this party started. They all head into the house, and they actually look like they were having a good time.
They did.
I was smiling from ear to ear the entire time watching them having a good time. Maya was twerking on, and Rashina, they were twerking.
Alonzo brought the skates back out.
Yeah, Alonzo was killing them skates now. I even saw Alonzo and Vanessa dancing.
Yep.
Right? I don't know if Vanessa is innocent as she seemed, right, baby? You think she's as innocent as she seemed?
I think she is.
She does. She does seem boring, but I don't know. I saw her turning up a little. I was like, ooh. She seemed like somebody who's always in their head, right? Always in their thoughts, analyzing, probably an overanalyzer. But nonetheless, they was having a great time. And then all of a sudden the fireworks went off, which I think that was something planned, right?
Yeah.
Unless it was 4th of July weekend, which I doubt. But
No,
yeah.
I think it was just kind of end of the weekend.
Yeah. So it was kind of cute. They all sat outside and they was talking. And finally we see Patrice and Alonzo sitting next to each other. And Patrice says something about Alonzo being the last man standing. And he's the only person she sees right now. So.
And I don't know how I would feel if I was
neither.
Alonzo. It's like I'm the backup.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
that's what I got. It's like when Chaz and her built this pseudo connection, all of a sudden I feel like Alonzo got put on a back burner, right?
Yes.
And all this was going on in his face. Like last week at the table when Patrice said, Patrice is getting on my nerve, by the way. More, I don't believe her. I think she's a liar. I think she's playing in our faces. I think she's a people pleaser. I think she's Captain Save-A-Ho. But anyways, nonetheless, she's getting on my nerves. But at the table last week, Chaz said something about, you know, he's connected with everybody. She said, I hope I'm in that. Remember that, baby? And she said, I hope I'm in that number or something like that. And I'm just like, girl. So anyways, and she said that in front of Alonzo, right? So now, I guess Alonzo's back to being number one since everybody else is gone, right?
Oh, but there's nobody else.
I don't even see the connection anymore, like the chemistry. Remember we used to see like a little chemistry connection? I don't even see it anymore, y'all.
Yep.
So the spark is gone. I don't know what's going on. She's the one who went in Chaz's room to try to console him, make him feel better. And if I was Alonzo, I would drop Patrice at this point, right?
Yes.
Unless there's something that we didn't see and they spent way more time than what we saw. But yeah.
Yep.
Whew.
So then the fireworks show is over and everybody's headed to their rooms. It looked like Maya and LaRon, you know, they were, you know, continuing to work that connection. And they ended up, you know, I think they were sitting together watching a movie. LaRon is kind of professing in the confessional that, you know, he's really feeling some way about her. And, you know, I do genuinely believe that he is into her.
Yeah, I'm
not completely buying the fact that she is. Yeah, it just might be kind of, there's nobody else right now. She's just kind of going on with the process. Then Alonzo heads up to Patrice's room, and then he made a statement like, you know, if Chaz is going, it's all good with me. And like, that's the mentality that you should have.
Everybody should have that mentality. Every last person, when you choose to get up and leave on to the next, he said what he needed to say with his actions. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And he kind of did it my style too, like bringing a bottle. I think he had like a bottle with him and 2 glasses, you know,
that's
like that.
Definitely your style.
Yeah. And then Justin ended up. Well, you remember they spoke earlier in the day. Mika had asked him if he was going to come through in the evening, and he did follow up.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, finally, you know, somebody doing a little more than just a hug and, you know, touching. You know, some kissing was going on.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that was cool.
I ain't gonna lie, that scene made me a little mushy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they're the best match, but it was a little cute though.
I think it's real. It's genuine. It's not some heavy, deep situation, but I think they do like each other. I think they, physically are connected.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cute. It was cute. They did make me feel a little fuzzy inside. So.
Yep. So we will see what happens.
All right, so in the next scene, you got Justin chatting it up with Rashina. He decided to go check on Rashina because Rashina's sad boohoo on the corner by herself because she has no connections and Chaz is gone. Her strongest connection, I'm saying that in quotes, their strongest connection is gone. And he basically just, what did he say to her, baby?
Just consoling her, basically.
I know Chaz is gone. Rashina expressed that she's a little sad about the situation. Like, he left with no explanation, and she feel rightfully so. Feel like she deserves an explanation. And she does, but what his actions already explained, I'll dismiss myself. I wouldn't even call the man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wouldn't even be concerned about it like this.
Neither. I would have acted so unbothered. Yeah. I really would have acted so unbothered. But nonetheless, that was sweet of Justin to even check on her because she is acting sad and by herself, and so I thought that was nice of him. And she gave him a hug, and on the next scene, on to the next.
All right, so in the next scene, we have LaRon and Maya having their first date. And a nice little romantic setting. He got her some charbroiled oysters. And he was, just talking to her, kind of professing to her how he felt about her. He had asked her what she wanted out of life, and she said she basically wants the American dream, the white picket fence, kids, nothing out of the ordinary, right? What most people say they want, especially at 30 years old.
Yeah, she said she's looking for someone to have fun with too.
Yeah, and LaRon was just saying that it really felt natural with her, and I think he said that he thought that he should have children at this age, which I don't know why he said that.
Yeah, he thought he should be, I guess, kind of have building roots or something.
Right. Maybe he feels like what he's experiencing with her, he should have already been there.
Yeah,
but I don't think so. To me, 30 years old is very young. You're allowing yourself to mature a bit. And at the end of the day, it's not about time frame. It's about finding the right person to do this with. And I think Maya understood that.
Yeah, she did understand that.
But, by the end of that, she was actually saying that she could actually see herself with him. So, I don't know. There's part of Maya, she sometimes says things that are definitely valid and make sense. And
her actions doesn't really.
But her actions are not necessarily consistent with her. And I always give her some grace because of the age.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But I put on here that on my notes that LaRon looked a little disheveled. And when you see him walking up, his shirt was a little wrinkled, open.
But doesn't he always look like that?
Yeah, he looks kind of frumpy, and I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I also put on he's not believable. He always have a smirk on his face, and it's really hard to take him serious. Like, even when he's trying to be serious and trying to be deep, like, if you look at his face, he has a little smirk. Like, he's always, like, kind of laughing or joking a little.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't take this man serious. And Maya does not seem interested for real. But really? She said she is, but I don't see it. Talking to him, I just don't see the connection. Maybe that's just her personality where she doesn't like to show too much, but I can't see shit. I can't see nothing. Yeah. But yeah, carry on.
All right.
So in the next scene, we got Alonzo and Patrice going on a date, and just kind of thrown off because all of a sudden, Alonzo's choice number 2. So Patrice walks up and she's saying that she's, in the confessional, she's saying that she's still interested in Chaz, but she would like to see where her heart take her.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
A little strange, right? It seemed like Alonzo's in the back burner, like she's not as happy and excited for him, and like Chaz quickly got the number 1 spot.
Absolutely.
I'm not able to see that connection because they didn't show much. Maybe something did happen where we're not able to see, but
I'm not sure. But I just think for someone who's checking for 4 other women, has never really gave Patrice any direct attention. Patrice almost had to plead with him just to get on his radar.
Exactly.
And now all of a sudden he's the top connection, and then you got this guy Alonzo who the whole time has been intentional, has provided her with fun and other things. I mean, she was saying that for her a big thing about a relationship is being with someone that could make her feel like she's living life, having fun, laughing. And these are the things that Alonzo seems to be providing. So what that just tells me is she's not into Alonzo. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, I don't think she's into Alonzo. Alonzo's younger at the end of the day, and I know Chaz is on paper most women's dream. You know, he has his money. He seems like he got shit together. He got a nice house. It just looked like he's well put together and ready to get into something serious. Whereas Alonzo don't. It just seemed like a fun guy. You know, not somebody I'll take serious. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I get that. And then the date looked fun, baby. I really want to do something like that. It was the bungee, what is it called? Bungee workout? Bungee
yeah,
fitness.
that looked like a great time.
It really did look like a great time. Patrice was screaming the entire time. She was terrified. She felt like her nose would hit the floor, is what she said. But it looked fun. Alonzo was definitely having an amazing time. It just seems like a date that Alonzo would choose.
Yeah. He
seemed like somebody who would enjoy that stuff, and I would too. So.
Yeah. But I will say that you know, Alonzo has to take accountability. I mean, if you as a man cannot figure out that you're just the fallback guy, that you're just the backup, then that's on you, whatever you end up dealing with. You know, but I just know, in my opinion as a man, if you're in that position, you need to get the step in the room.
Right. Yeah.
Find somebody who actually wants to be with you.
Yeah.
Right? So
the date basically ends up there sitting down, and he's doing the trust. He said, "Did you trust me?" So I think this had to do with the date that he took her to had to do with trust, because she went on that date. He just wanted to say something about, "Did you trust me?" And then he started being vulnerable, talking about his father. And the last time his father was not really involved in his life, and the last time he saw his dad and was even able to even attempt to repair that relationship, he was already on his deathbed. You know, so you know that was a vulnerable moment for him.
Yeah, definitely.
And then he also asked about love, and he was like asking Patrice, could she see herself fall in love with him, and she said absolutely. And I would say it was a cute date, but all the information with the way she's feeling about Chaz, and just I'm just not a fan of Patrice right now. Yeah, I just don't think I think she's playing in these. I think Patrice is a female Chaz. She's playing in these people's faces.
Right.
All right, so in the next scene is the final men lounge, and it's LaRon, Alonzo, Justin, and lastly,
Chaz.
Chaz comes strolling in. Messy Chaz, Runaway Chaz. That should be his nickname. So they basically everyone's like kind of, it seemed like they were happy to see Chaz, right? Like surprised kind of.
Yeah,
see
somewhat surprised. Yeah.
So then Tommy goes around and he asks how the week was, the getaway was, and you know each of them shared their connections.
Yep.
And
he did ask Chaz about how the weekend went,
yes.
And that's where Chaz had explained
Yes.
that he didn't make it through the entire weekend.
Yeah, because he was overwhelmed. It was too much, and Tommy says he understands, and basically he was happy that he took that break away. Which I don't feel like that was the best questions to ask. I mean, I understand him taking a break because he was overwhelmed, but communication is very important. And did he communicate with each of the ladies when he did that?
Yes, it's not about taking the break, it's how he took the break. Storming out like a little kid.
Yeah, baby. Anyways. So then, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, so then Tommy, you know, basically asked all the men what their top connections are. LaRon was first. Of course, he said Maya. And he said some good things. And then he said that, you know, he could actually envision having a life with her. Justin said his top connection was Mika. He said that, you know, he's locked in with her, that he reassured him that, you know, she's checking for him, and that she really likes him. And then, of course, Lonzo's top connection is Patrice. Again, like we said earlier, I know from his perspective, he may not be seeing anything other than the connection, and he's ignoring the elephant in the room, which is Chaz. Then Tommy asks, who are the least connections? Go ahead, baby.
Okay, so in the least connection, he said, who is simply not ready to love you? Justin says Patrice, no connection. LaRon say Vanessa, no romantic connection. Alonzo say Rashina, she was stressed out when Chaz left, and she didn't even communicate with the men. He was like, are we chopped liver? Like, we're still here. You can still talk to us. And she basically acted like she couldn't talk to him. LaRon also chose Rashina. He said also that he thinks the age gap. Chaz, then Tommy asked Chaz, who were you connected with before you came into the getaway? And he said his strong connections with Vanessa and Rashina. And then he said, when you left, I don't know if he's asking who's the weakest or who the strongest when you left. I don't know what he asked, but he basically said Rashina. So then Tommy basically says he leaves the decision up to Chaz, and he said, you take Rashina out and then you do what you have to do, whether you want to eliminate her, you want to keep her around, but you know, you do the do and you make the decision.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yes. All right, so in the next scene we got Chaz on a date with Rashina, and this is where he needs to make a decision whether to keep her or eliminate her. And you know, she basically sat down at that table, you know, and she really didn't waste any time. You know, she wanted an explanation of what happened over there at the Getaway and why did he storm out the way that he did. I think she felt like she was entitled to it because, you know, she believed herself to be a top connection, and apparently she was. Of course, here goes Chaz again, you know, with the runaround, right? You know, it's like he's beating around the bush.
Yeah,
he's not just, you know, just get out there and say exactly what happened and why you did what you did, you know? And so they did this unnecessary back and forth till finally she kind of, you know, got it out of him. And then he started to kind of explain himself. And as he was trying to explain himself, I guess at some point Rashina made a determination that she felt she was about to be eliminated. And so where I was giving her credit for a second for just trying to get right to the meat and potatoes, right to the point on this, it was kind of lame on her part that the minute that she thought she was about to be eliminated, she's cutting him off, won't let him finish his sentences, trying to just get ahead of him completely.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, what are you going through? Why do you have these insecurities?
Why are you coming in so hot?
Seriously.
Just chill.
Yeah, she cut him off twice, you know? And then all that, oh, well, I think he said something like, you're a dope woman. Yeah, I know. You know, once a woman gets into that mode right there, like, oh, you ain't got to tell me how great I am. There's a man out there for me, da-da-da. All that is true, by the way. But it's the way she's going about it.
Yeah, just, you could tell, it's not coming from a place of genuine confidence and genuine happiness or genuine. It's just more, just angry. She's angry.
That's it. She's angry at
totally
the situation.
angry.
And was fearful that she's about to get eliminated and that was going to make her feel some kind of way.
Rejection. So she self-eliminated.
Yeah.
Which I do feel that Rashina should self-eliminate.
Right.
I would not allow Chaz to dance around and play around with me. So I think that that's good that she did that, but I think there's a way to do it, you know?
Yes.
There's a better way to do it and appear a lot more classy, a lot more calm, with love, with, you know, she was just so angry, and I did not like that for her. Yeah. But I am proud of her for leaving. I feel like she just could have done it better. Right,
I agree, 100%. Yeah. And, you know, Chaz, of course, didn't show anything different either. He's, you know, rather than, if you recall, when he was talking to Vanessa, and Vanessa was pointing out the fact that he wasn't intentional, had all these connections, rather than just being accountable and addressing the situation at hand, he skirts around it. Yeah. He comes up with all this stuff. Mm-hmm. He tries to flip it, put it on the other person. That wasn't going to work with Rashina, by the way. Yeah. He wasn't going to be able to flip it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so she did need to self-eliminate in the end. I actually think Vanessa's going to need to, anybody who was dealing with Chaz probably need to self-eliminate at this point.
Yeah.
But no real surprise the way it turned out. I mean, I didn't expect her to, you know, be so concerned with rejection that she was going to do it that way. But I did expect her to be eliminated, though.
Yes, me too. At the beginning of this, I said that she was going to be the next one going home. So, well, I said it to you. I don't think we recorded that, but I did feel like she was the next female going home. She's definitely like a friend zone type woman. I don't see anybody building. She's beautiful. I just don't see anybody building a serious connection with her. Yep. So,
and definitely not now, knowing how she acts when, you know, things ain't really explained to her or going her way.
Yeah. So yeah, next episode looks like it's gonna be really good. They're about to meet the girl's family. I'm excited to see this. I think we only got 2 more episodes and we're done with the season. So
that's it.
Pretty good season, drama filled.
Definitely a good season.
I loved it. I really enjoyed watching it. I don't think there's any real couples coming out of this, but I did enjoy watching it. I'm looking forward to next season. I know they have 2 seasons that they're recording right now. Tommy said something about that.
Okay.
I think I can't remember where they said the next one is, but I'm really excited to continue to see this. Nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
Hopefully I get my phone back, y'all. Happy St. Patty's Day. Oh, we did tell y'all we are trying to reach 50 subscribers by the end of April, so please subscribe to this channel. We have another relationship video coming up soon. We'll probably record that this week. But nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to follow, like, and subscribe. And on that note,
TND
is out.
Have a good Sunday.
All right, y'all. Peace.